Hello everyone, here we are again at Tumby Bay Caravan Park. We've moved today because it's very windy. We're going to do a bit more of a tummy workout today, so enjoy, do what you can. Make sure that if your neck starts to get sore at all that you stop, just pop your head on the floor, because a lot of the exercises your legs are in the air, which means you're using your lower abs anyway. I've got people joining me again for this class. So yeah, just listen to your body, stop where you need to, and enjoy. That's the important thing. All right, let's do this. So we'll just start loosening up like we did yesterday, or for you guys last week. Roll the shoulders last month, who knows. All right, take a breath in, bring the arms up. Just focus on finding your body, where your arms and shoulders are, how they're feeling. Try and keep yourself as relaxed as you can as you move. Yeah, no holding hands. Breathing in as you come up and breathing out as you come down. We're going to bring the arms out to the side. We're going to make sure the shoulders are down and our elbows are slightly relaxed. And we're going to do a little twist to the right and then one around to the left, nice and slowly. So you're just working through your waistline here. I want you to try and keep those hips facing forward the whole time. Slowly round from one side to the other, loosening up that spine and the waistline. So waistline muscles will be worked today. So we'll find them first. Okay, once you've done that evenly, bring yourself back to the center and lower your arms down. We're going to take the feet a little wider. Take those arms back out to the side. And again, I want you to focus on the waistline. So we're just going to squeeze into the waist as we come over to the side. And then slowly back to the center and then over to the other side. Keeping the weight right there in the middle the whole time. So we're just going to gently draw that belly button back towards the spine. So you need to remember that you need to be able to breathe. You should be able to laugh and sing and all the rest of it and talk like I am all the way through the class, still keeping everything working. Let's go one more. That should make you even. Good, and we're going to come back to the center and we'll bring those legs back in. All right, we're going to come down into a small squat here and then come up just to get those legs moving. Stick that butt out behind you like you're about to sit down on the chair. Good. If it's hurting your knees, don't go too far. That's it. Good, we'll do a 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. We're going to take the legs out nice and wide, wider than before. Turn the feet out slightly. Bring the hands to the ears and coming down like you're between two panes of glass. Squeeze that butt a little bit. And again, listen to your knees, not literally. I want you to feel what's going on there. I know there's a few smart asses out there. Oh yes, I can hear them cracking. All right, let's hold this one. So the deeper you hold it, the harder those legs are going to work. That's up to you. You're going to squeeze that waistline and come back to the center, then over to the other side. So you're using those waistline muscles, your corset muscles, your obliques, whatever you want to call them. Over and again, over. Good, let's do one more. We'll come back to the center. Come up, bring the arms down. All right, you can give those legs a shake if you need to. Good, we're going to do all that again. So feet about shoulder distance apart, toes pointed forward, coming down to your depth and back up. Sticking that butt out behind you. Do what you want with your arms. You don't have to follow my arms. If you want to take them higher, you can. If you want to keep them across your chest, you can. You just need to make sure those shoulders are relaxed, whichever way you do it. For 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good, and we take the feet a little wider and turn them out, hands to the ears, keeping the back upright, coming down, and good, and down. That's it. Make sure those shoulders are still down, chest open. 5 And 4, 3, feel those legs starting to work now. Holding the next one. Little squeeze of the waist for 6. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Make sure you come back to the center before you let go. Good. All right, shake it out again. I think we need to get down onto the floor to really get those tummies working. So I'm going to get you to stand at the end of your mat. I always come down the same way. So stand at the end of your mat. Drop your chin to your chest. I want you to arch your back, so work through your spine to start with. So let the arms just hang as you arch yourself over, and just go down as far as you can. If you're feeling a bit stiff, you might not get very far. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to draw that belly button back to the spine and slowly unroll all the way back to standing. So I just want you loosening up that spine, those muscles through your back, starting at the top at your neck and then slowly rolling down through the upper back, center, lower back. Arms are heavy, just hanging like a rag doll. Take a breath in at the bottom and then coming back up. So if you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, you'll actually find you can get yourself just that little bit further as well. So we'll do one more. Slowly rolling down, deep breath out all the way down. Then breathe in at the bottom. Scoop that tummy back as you breathe out and slowly come back up to the top. Good. All right, so the next one we're going to walk out into our plank. So we're going to drop the chin to the chest again. You're going to get that roll down once more. This time when you get to the bottom, you're going to bend your knees so that you can reach the floor comfortably. So you're either on fists or flat hands, that's up to you. And you're going to walk yourself forward, keeping that butt nice and high. And you're going to find your plank. So if you need to come down to your knees, make sure you do. Find a plank that suits you, you're right. Find a plank that suits you so you can be hands and feet, making sure there is no pressure in your lower back at all. You can come to your knees, which is a little bit easier. If you need to get off your wrists, you can always come down onto your elbows. Again, you should start to feel the tummy muscles working here. Okay, that's what we should be able to feel. The hardest plank you can do is elbows and feet. If you want to go that extra step, that's up to you. We're going to hold it for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to stretch ourselves into child's pose. So sit back as far as you can and lengthen out those arms. Good, so it's important when we're doing a plank that we can feel the tummy working. It doesn't mean you're going to start to burn like if you're doing loads of sit-ups, but it does mean you can feel those muscles activating and tightening, okay? If you can feel anything through your lower back at all, then you need to lift those hips or take your knees down to the floor. We will come back into a plank later. Right now we're going to go down onto our tummy. I'm going to do a little bit through the back because even if we're focusing on one particular area, I still like to get everything done, okay? So back and tummy actually work together in partnership because they're on opposite sides of your body. So if you get lower back issues, you need to look at what the core and the tummy is doing as well. Sometimes it can be posture, what happens through the pelvis. All right, so we're going to come down onto our tummy, hands underneath the forehead, chin tucks towards the chest, and we're going to try and lift at both ends. Now I'm going to progress it and I'm going to start with the easiest level and I'm going to make it slightly harder and you're going to take it up if you can or want to. So leaving the arms on the floor and just lifting one leg, you're going to push the chest away from the floor and lift one leg. And then lower yourself back down. Now we're going to do the other leg. So you're going to breathe out, lift the chest away from the floor, lengthen one leg till it's off the floor, and then lower down. So we'll do that again. One leg and the upper body, and down. Other leg and the upper body, and down. And let's just do that once more on each side, so that if you want to stay with this one, you can. Then if you want to make it just a little bit harder, through the upper body, you can start to lift the arms as well. So we're still doing one leg at a time, but we're lifting the upper body with the arms. So you'll feel that it makes it a little heavier as you do this. So if we do one more, we should be even. Now if you want to make it even harder again, you do both legs at the same time and the upper body and down. There are lots of steps with this one, so you really do get that opportunity to strengthen the back without putting pressure in the wrong areas. Good, so if you want to go harder again, you can lengthen the arms above your head. So now that the hands are further from the center of your body, your arms are going to feel even heavier. If you need to stop, make sure you do. And we'll do one more. There are more steps we can do, but I don't think we need to do any more than that today. So we'll slip the elbows underneath the shoulders when you're done, and we'll give that lower back just a little bit of a squeeze. Make sure your shoulders aren't in your ears. Good. All right. So from this position, we're going to roll straight onto our side, and I'll get you to bring your knees towards your chest. Rest your head down. So if you can't see me, you have to make sure your ears are on. Alright, so I'm just bringing my knees in because that's just going to help release my back a little bit, okay? Then I'm going to take my knees, push them down, and my feet back behind me. So my knees are still bent, but my feet are behind me and my knees are in front. So the spine runs straight down the center. And then from here, I'm going to actually push myself up onto my elbow. Good, I want you to lift that rib cage here and make sure that supporting shoulder is back. Now if you do have any shoulder issues or even neck issues, just watch how far or how long you do these movements for, okay, because it does cause a bit of stress into the shoulder. So shoulders are back, belly button is back. I'm going to get you to reach for the sky and try and lift your hips away from the floor. It is not easy. Push your knees down into the floor. That's it. If you can't do it, that's fine. I want you to just focus on keeping that lift through the rib cage there. That's working those waistline muscles. If you can lift your hips, it's a little harder. Then we're going to lower down. We're going to do it again. So you've got keeping your hips on the floor. You've got the little lift. If you want to make it harder, stretch that top leg out. Keep it nice and long. And then little lift. If you're strong enough, you might want to just hold your position as I keep talking. Good. If you want to go harder, and I know there's a few people out there at the other end of the camera that will want to, you can have both legs straight. It's a lot heavier, but it is up to you how you feel. Good. It's not an easy one. Don't forget to breathe. Breathe. I saw that. You've got to breathe. All right, lower yourself down. We'll do this on the other side. So we're just working through those waistline muscles and your hips as well with this one. So coming to the side, we start with the knees bent, feet behind you, knees in front, okay? We need to lift that rib cage, and that's really important to take that weight out of that shoulder. Shoulders are back, belly button back, and we're going to lift. Now again, you can hold your position or you can come down. It is completely up to you. You can leave your hips on the floor if you need to as well. Good. If you want to take it to that next level, slowly lower, stretch out that top leg and coming up. Good. Keep that supporting shoulder pulling back. Remember, you can stop whenever you need to, especially if your shoulder and neck are starting to get sore. Lowering down, and for those that made it to that last step before, off you go again. A lot heavier, a lot harder. Lucky you did butt works yesterday. Not you guys, these guys. And lower yourself down again. Good. No one ever said a side plank was easy. Have a seat. Take your feet out wide. Let yourself hang forward while I find my microphone, which has just done a runner. Okay, testing. All right, hang forward. So even though those tummy muscles aren't starting to burn just yet, we have started to use them. We're activating them. Once we activate them correctly, then we can make them work harder, okay? All right, let's bring the feet together so that they're about hip distance apart. Sit as tall as you can. For those of you out there that might need to sit on a cushion for this one, make sure you are. Sit as tall as you can and draw that belly button back. All right, we're going to make a pistol grip. You remember that one? All right, we're going to do a little pelvic tilt, just trying to work through that lower back to start with. Now, you've still got to keep those tummy muscles working. Like I said before, your lower back and your back and your tummy, they work together. So it's just a little pelvic tilt and then straighten up. Might feel a little bit weird if you've never done it before. Good. Now we're going to go a little deeper. So I want you to focus on scooping that tummy back towards the spine. So like you're pushing through here so you can try and arch your back. This is called a C curve because you're trying to make a C shape with your back. And then sit up. So we do a tuck. Good. Now if your back is getting sore, just make sure you're not doing too many of these because it is quite intense on that lower back, even though it's a small movement. Feel the tummy muscles working. I want you to take your mindset to there. All right, we're going to go back and hold, and then we're going to twist. Hands from side to side of the knees. Try not to just move the arms, but make sure you're working again through that waistline. If you can do 4 more, go for it. And I lost count. And I was only counting to 4 and I still lost count. All right, let's go again. If you need to stop because your back's getting tired, have a rest. Twisting from side to side. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and coming up. Take your legs wide, hang forward and relax your lower back. So you're either going to feel that in your lower back eventually, or you may even start to feel it through your hips and the legs, okay? And that's just those muscles trying to hold you up. All right, let's come back to that center position again. All right, if you're feeling okay, you're going back to a pistol grip. This time we're going to start to activate that upper ab area right underneath the rib cage. So you're going to do that same tuck that activates both areas. Then when we take the arms up towards the head, you're going to feel those tummy muscles at the top work a little harder. And if you can't feel them, perhaps you need to lean back a little further. Up and down with the arms. Point it forward, point it up, point it forward, point it up. Now we're going to sit up. So I think we did 5. But if you think that's too many, just do 2 or 3, okay? We're going to go again. Hold it, tummy's switched on. Lift the arms, 1 and 2 and 3. If you can keep going, you've got 2 more. And 5. Good. And sit up. Let's take the legs out wide and relax that lower back again. Let yourself hang. Good, belly button back. All right. So I'm going to do sit-ups next. I hate sit-ups. Perhaps you like them, I don't know. When you do sit-ups with me, it doesn't matter if you lift your legs off the floor, okay? I know some trainers will be like, no, you should leave them on the floor. The important thing is to roll the spine on and off the floor when you're doing your sit-ups, so it doesn't really matter how you get up. Work as hard as you can on the way down because that's the easier point, okay, going down. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our hands beside our shoulders and we're going to push to the sky 3 times. 1, keeping that chest open. 2, and then we're going to do 3. And then we're going to bring the arms in a little. We're going to do that pelvic tilt we did before, and we're going to slowly roll ourselves back down onto our back and take those elbows out to the side. Here, our hands are pointed to the sky. Push up to the sky for 3, 2. So if you've got weights, you can always use weights for this. Then you're going to roll back up, and I don't care how you do it. I'm not going to look. If you've got to use your legs, go for it. Looks good. All right, so if you're using weights, go for it. Grab your weights and do it that way. Pushing for 3, 2, and 1. And we roll down. Now, if you can keep your hands close to your shoulders, you're going to find it a lot harder. Pushing to the sky. 3, 2, 1, and same when you roll up. So if you reach towards your legs, it's going to be easier than keeping your hands close to your body. Again, 3, 2, 1. Get that pelvic tilt. Work through the tummy here as you come down, elbows out and push. 2, 3, and back up because you've got 2 more to go. Push. 2, 3, and roll. Get that pelvic tilt. Still make sure you can feel what that lower back is doing. Pushing up to the sky for 3. And then rolling up, using your legs if you need to, because as we get tired, it might get harder. Push, 2. This is the last one. Make sure you finish it properly. Elbows out and push, 2, 3, and back up. Good. And once you're sitting up nice and tall, how'd you go behind me? I didn't even see you. You're going to roll back onto your back. Okay. So we'll start with our feet on the floor. Arms nice and long by your side. Now if your neck gets sore at all, I want you to support your neck with your hands. Otherwise, arms by your side, you're going to float them just off the floor, chin to the chest, and you're going to breathe out and do a little curl up and then back. You don't have to sit all the way up. So little curls for 10 and back. 9. Now try not to reach and get those arms tight. Okay, I want you to keep the arms long, but they're relaxed still so that the work is in the tummy. If you can feel your neck getting tight, then support your neck with your hands. And we'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're going to let the arms come down to the floor. We're going to take one leg to tabletop and then the other. Okay, again, like I said last time, if you want to, you can bring your knees a little closer to your chest to make it easier. But you want to feel the tummy sinking down. We're going to push the arms into the floor, and again, I'm not saying this is an easy movement, but we're going to try and lift that bum off the floor. Okay, lifting the bum. And again, push those arms into the floor as you do it. You might not get much lift. That's okay. Take your focus to your tummy. Feel what's going on there. We want to feel that tummy sinking into the floor. 4, 3. You should be able to feel those tummy muscles starting to work now. Bring the knees to the chest. Take your legs to the floor. Knees are bent. Arms are still by your side or supporting your neck. And we're going to breathe out and curl up again for 10. Now, for those that want to make this movement a little bit trickier, you can take your legs back to tabletop. Your tummy's going to work twice as hard if your legs are in the air when you do your curls. We've got 5 more to go. 5, 4, 3. That weirdo's here with the camera again. And 1. And lower the knees if you need, the feet if you need to. And then we take those legs back up to tabletop. And we're going to press those arms into the floor. Try and lift the bum for 10, 9. So we're really focusing on those lower abs here. You are also strengthening through your lower back with this movement. And I think it's 5 more. Let's just do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring the knees right into the chest. If you need to give your legs a rest, and you can stretch them out and shake them out. Okay, so for those that need a little extra support for the lower back, you can grab your mat, tuck it up underneath your tailbone. Make sure it's under your tailbone. Most of you guys don't have a mat, so don't worry about it. You can use your hands if you need to. Tuck your hands under your bum. You want to try and make sure your arms are long if you're doing that, okay? So that your lower back is pressing into the floor. That's important, it's your lower back pressing into the floor here. We're going to take those legs back up to tabletop. We're going to place the hands onto the knees. Tummy is sinking down. We're going to take the right leg and push it away, and the left arm is going to travel back to the ear. Then bring it back into the center. Then we do the left leg and the right arm, back and in. Now at the moment I'm pushing my leg towards the sky. That's going to make it a little easier on my back. If you want to work harder, Take your leg lower. Ah, the serenity. Lower if you want to go harder. Just make sure you can't feel it in your back. That's the most important thing. Stop if you need to. We're going to do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then we'll bring those knees back in, hug them. Bring your chin into your chest. If you need to support your neck, then you can do, and just follow the leg movement. Otherwise, grab hold of your left leg, stretch out the right, and change legs, and change legs. And we're going to do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Make sure you're breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1, and you can rest your head down and relax your legs again. All right, stretch those legs out, give them a really good shake. Good. Okay, so going back into that tabletop position up here, hands back on the knees. We're going to repeat what we just did, but if you want to work those tummy muscles a little harder, make sure bring your chin into your chest and you're curled up. If that hurts your neck, don't do it, okay? Opposite arm and leg again, extending away from each other. And then in, and then the other side, and in, and out, and in, out. Control your movement. Don't twist the body. We've got 4 more, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Here we'll rest that head down, hug the knees. If the neck is getting really sore, make sure you leave your head on the floor, grab hold of your left knee, curl up if you want to or if you can, and change legs, pull the other one in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it all in and relax. Don't collapse. But you can stretch out and you can shake it out and you can relax. Stay where you are. Can you hear me okay out there? I can't. I know you guys can. Alright, so we're starting to feel those tummy muscles tighten a little bit. Maybe you can feel them working a little harder. Some people can feel them harder than others, depends on where you're at, okay? But you should at least be able to feel them starting to engage and work, alright? Okay, if the neck is getting sore, the next few we're going to leave that head on the floor, okay? So, back into position. Okay, we're going to take our arms out to the side, and I want you to turn your palms so that they're facing the sky. You're going to take your legs one at a time to tabletop and bring those legs together, squeeze them together. Then you're going to take the legs over to about 45 degrees. So if you've done yoga, yoga goes all the way. We're going halfway, just halfway, and roll through because we want to keep the tummy muscles working. Over to the other side. Just halfway. Slow roll through the center and hold. So we want to feel the tummy muscles gently working here. We want to try and get that lower back to roll along the floor as you come through the center. Slowly through and then holding and slowly through and holding again. And then come back to the center, bring your knees to your chest. I want you to try and squeeze those legs together and flex your feet, so pull your toes right back. The trick here is to keep those legs squeezing together. Now, we'll start with the head on the floor, and I'm going to get you to push both legs at the same time, up and out. Push them out and back in, all the way to the chest. Push them out and back in. And again. So what I want you to take notice of is what's happening through your lower back as you push those legs away. Okay, so I want you to try and keep your back on the floor. If you want to make it harder, take your legs lower. Pushing out through the heels and back in. Good, let's do one more. Bring it in, hug the knees. Take the arms out to the side, palms to the ceiling, to the sky, legs back to tabletop. Okay, you're going to rock over to the side and hold it at about 45 degrees. That means the tummy is working to support your back. If you want to make this one harder, stretch your legs out when you get there. Bend them again, and then roll through to the other side. Hold, stretch the legs, bend them, and roll. So the further those feet get from the center of your body, the heavier those legs are going to be on your back as well as your tummy, okay? So you shouldn't be feeling any pain or discomfort at all in your lower back or anywhere in your back when you do this movement. If you feel anything, you're going to feel the tummy engaging as you move. Oh, now with that truck gone, I don't have to yell. All right, I think 2 more should make us even. And then if you want to give those legs a good shake out, you can, or you can just pull them in towards your chest. All right, so I'm going to progress this movement. So before we did the double leg extension with the head on the floor. If you want to make it harder and if it's going to not hurt your neck, you're going to curl into a ball and then you're going to push the legs away and the arms back and pull into a ball. Now, it's not an easy movement. There's a lot going on when you do it. Make sure your back is not arching, so you can push higher to make sure that that doesn't happen. Tummy pushes into the floor, and if you need to stop, make sure you do. Otherwise, let's see if we can do 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Okay, I'm going to let you take your legs to the floor and shake it all out. Loosen yourself up. You know what I just realized? We didn't go back to doing a plank again. That happens. I promise you something and then I don't deliver. All right, you guys back okay back there? Cool. All right. Let's bend those knees, feet on the floor, hands by your side. We're going to open up those hips just to give them a little bit of a stretch. So I'm going to get you to sink that tummy down into the floor, squeeze your bum and lift your hips up into a bridge. Then you're going to reverse it and roll the spine back down onto the floor again. So I want you to breathe in, then as you breathe out, pelvic tilt, slowly roll the spine off the floor, lift it nice and high, see if you can breathe in here before you slowly roll back down again. And we'll do 2 more of those, just to loosen up that pelvis, keep the bum working. Roll the spine. I think there's 1 more. Good. And back down again. Good, okay. Waistline muscles. Let's find them again. I'm going to get you to link your fingers and support your neck. Don't yank on your head, support your neck. I want you to curl up using your tummy muscles. So try and keep your elbows out or your chest open. Bring your knees into your chest. Stretch the right leg up and out. And again, the lower you take it, the harder you work. Don't touch the ground though. Twist so you've got the opposite elbow facing that bent knee. And then change sides. And change again. This is called a bike. It's just like riding a bike, isn't it? Cross, 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 cross. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the feet gently to the ground. I want you, now you've got to know your lefts and rights, okay? I want you to support your neck with your right hand and take your left arm above your head. Take your right leg up to tabletop. So far so good. We're going to come over, bring that knee in, cross over, and then you're going to push out. Pull in and across and push out. In and across and out. And again, keep the tummy sinking into the floor for 5 more. 1 and push. 2, push. 3, 4, and 5. Good. Okay, both feet on the floor. Let's change the arms over. So we're supporting the neck with the left arm and the right arm is above the head. Bring the left leg to tabletop. Hopefully we've worked that out. It should be opposite to what you did before. Bring the knee in and cross over and then push out for 10, 9, tummy sinking down, and for those that aren't breathing, make sure you are. Is that 4 or is this 5? Anyone counting out there? 7. I know some people are. 8, 9. Let's call this 10 unless you know otherwise. Good, okay. Length those fingers, support your neck. We're going back to our bike, knees into the chest. Stretch out one leg and twist to the opposite knee. Real good. Let's change. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, don't collapse. Support with your right hand, left arm above your head. Now I am going to make this one, I am going to progress this movement just a little bit. If you want to keep your feet on the floor like you are already, then do it that way again. Otherwise, both legs in tabletop. This is a lot harder, okay? So, left arm above the head, right hand supporting the knee. We bring the right knee in, twist towards it, and the right leg out. The trick is to not move that left leg at all. So it can take a little bit of brain work as well, but that's okay because it's getting later in the day, so it should be switched on now. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hug your knees, don't collapse. Change the arms over. We all okay out there? They don't want to talk because they might be heard through my microphone. All right, you ready? Other side. The left knee comes in, we twist, and we stretch it out. And we twist, and we stretch it out. Then we twist, and we stretch it out. In 5 more, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. And don't collapse, hug it in. Good, all right. Bring your knees into your chest, hands behind your knees. I'm going to get you to give yourself a rock or 2 or 3, whatever it might be. Roll yourself up. Are we okay out here? You guys are okay? All right. Did you want to go harder? Do some more tummy stuff? All right, I want you to try and balance. You're going to use your tummy for that. Now, if your back is getting tired, you can let your toes touch the floor, okay? I'm not really mean. I'll check the clock. Not as good as yesterday. 1 minute and 30 seconds. All right, from here, we're going to try and push the legs away. Now, I'm going to hold onto my legs to start with, and then I'm going to pull it back in. So as I do it, I'm going to lean back. And you're going to feel those legs working. Yes, you can do this with your legs, your feet on the floor. Just dragging the toes in and out. I'm using my arms a little bit at this point to help support my legs. But if your legs are feeling okay, you can do it without holding on. pushing out and in. Are we still breathing? All right, I'll let you relax for a moment. Give your legs a good shake. Good. All right, so from this position, I'm going to get you to just roll around so that you're on your tummy. Because remembering earlier on, I said we're going to go back and do another plank, and we never did. So now we are. So you're going to have your elbows underneath your shoulder line. So you can take them a little wider than your shoulders, okay? Then otherwise you find you get really tucked up, okay? You can take them slightly wider, but it's that shoulder line where they need to be. I have people quite often ask me, do I have to do it with my hands flat? Can I do it with my hands? Some people will do it in a prayer. Some people make like a diamond or a triangle in front. Whatever works for you. Preferably no fists though, because fists make the arms tighter and then the shoulders tighter, then the neck tighter, and so on. Okay, so from here, I'm going to get you to tuck your chin to your chest so you're looking directly down between your wrists. You're going to squeeze that butt. You're going to breathe out through your mouth like you're blowing up a balloon. You're going to push your breath down into the floor as you lift your bum. Now, if you can feel it in your hips or your lower back, I want you to lift a little higher. The tummy should be lifting you. Okay? Now, you can hold it there. If you want to go a little harder, you tuck your toes and you push back through your heels and lift your knees off the floor. I said earlier that that is a much harder plank. Okay, so if you can feel it in your lower back, I would suggest you stay on your knees, okay? All right, let's lower down, hips all the way to the floor, and have a stretch. And then we can do it again. So how long you hold it for is completely up to you, okay? If you just want to do one really long one, go for it. I am going to progress onto this one as well, okay? But you don't have to go there. Chin, tucks, belly button back, squeeze your bum, deep breath out, lift those hips. Start with this plank and make sure your back is not sore. Then, if you want to go further, tuck your toes, push back through your heels as you come up so that you are keeping your balance, keeping your weight in the center. Good. Lower both knees to the floor if they're lifted. Lower the hips down to the floor and stretch back. If you need to have a rest, make sure you do. I am going to add a step onto this one, okay? And I'm going to start just on the knees. Chin tucks, belly button back, lift those hips. Again, there should be no pressure or pain or discomfort in that lower back at all. Use your tummy. Tuck your toes. Lift one knee off the floor. Your foot is still on the floor. Then lower that knee and lift the other knee and lower it down. Let's do that once more on each side. Lift the knee and lower, lift the knee and lower, both hips down and stretch. If you did that last progression, you should have noticed that the tummy has to work harder as soon as you lift one knee off the floor, okay? Same thing happens when you're walking upstairs or a hill, okay? Your body changes, so you've got to be able to do that as well, ultimately. So I'm going to take it to the next step for those that might want to go there. I know there's a few out there that will. So chin tucks, push yourself up, make sure there is no pressure in your back. If you want to stay here, stay here. If you want to tuck your toes and do one knee at a time, go for it. If you want to go that extra step, you're going to come up into a full plank and you're going to tap the knee down and then the knee down. So you're doing one knee tap at a time. We'll just do up to 4, but if you reckon you can go further, go for it. And squeeze back. So now you've got a number of planks there that you can do. We're going to do one more, okay? And I think 4 of those knee taps, let's call it 6 seconds, all right? So we're going to try and hold it for 6 seconds. And after the amount that we've done, if you're struggling to hold it for 6 seconds and think, oh, it's only 6 seconds, it's because of everything else we've done, okay? Chin to the chest, squeeze the bum, belly button back, push up, hold it here, or take it right up. Add your knee lifts or your knee taps. And that's about 6 seconds. And then you're going to lower down, you're going to squeeze that lower back again. Then you're going to lower yourself right down to the floor, slip your hands underneath your shoulders. Again, you're going to squeeze the bum. You're going to breathe out through the mouth and push yourself up. And then you can stretch it all the way back into child's pose. And your lower back may feel a little stiff, so just breathe, relax into position. If you find it easier, you can do child's pose on your back. Bring your knees into your chest. So we want to try and release that back. Good. You're okay? All right. Now you can sit on your bum again, and we're stretching. Legs out in front of you. So I usually do the same stretches because they seem to work. So push your chest forward, drop your head, take a deep breath in. When you breathe out, I want you to try and feel your back slowly relaxing. Okay, so long, deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. That out through the mouth starts in the lower back, travels up through the spine, into the neck, so let your head drop. Then we scoop the tummy back towards the spine and we sit up. Then we're going to take those legs out nice and wide. As wide as you can. You can already feel that inner thigh stretch. Push forward, inner thighs. Remember, you don't have to get your nose on the floor. Not today. Drop your chin to your chest. Again, nice long deep breaths so that you can relax through the hips and up the spine, right into the neck. Perhaps sinking a little lower with each breath. Scoop the tummy back and sit up again. This time bring the legs in. You might need a little help. Alright, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together and stretch a little bit more through those hips. So grab hold of your ankles, use your elbows to just gently press. See if you can, you might feel a bit tighter on one side than the other, but see if you can get them to press the same so that one's not so much lower than the other one. Yeah, just to where you can. All you want to do is feel that stretch in through that hip and groin area there. And then we gently release out of it. Shake those legs out outside of the hips. We take the right leg across the body, pull it back as far as you can. I want you to sit up as you hug that knee in. You can already start to feel that stretch through the side. Turn to the right, other way. Yeah, that's it. Make sure you come back around to the front slowly. Change the legs over. Pull back, hug it in, sit up and turn the other way. So if you can't feel a stretch, you probably find you're facing the wrong way. And slowly release back around again. Give those legs another shake. I'm going to get you to swing your legs gracefully to the side, or not so gracefully, whatever you prefer. Come down onto your elbow again. You can stay on your hand if you want to, but just again, watch the microphone. Make sure your shoulder's not in your ear. We're just going to take that top arm up and over, and I want you to feel like you're pushing that rib cage right up towards the sky. So push that rib cage right up. Get a stretch under that arm, all the way down the side of the body. And release. We're going to do that once more. Up and over. Push that rib cage to the sky. And release. And we're going to change. So you're going to use your hands, push yourself up. It's like a graceful ballerina. You change sides. Up and over. And release. And once more, rib cage to the sky, pushing up. Good, and release. Push yourself back up, and then you're going to come onto your knees. So for those out there that can't go on their knees, you're going to stand into your lunge position as per usual. Everyone else are going to be squared up on the floor here. comfortable enough on the knees. We want to make sure we're making a square here, and then we're just going to do our little pelvic tilt. So you're pushing the pubic bone forward, tailbone under. You can feel a stretch in the front of the back leg. Hip is opening. And for those out there that haven't heard me say this yet, when you are in this position, your pelvic floor is lifted. You cannot drop it while you feel that stretch. So if you can hold it for a good 10 seconds, you're doing really well. It's a great way though. Are you breathing? Okay. Make sure. It's a great way to strengthen those pelvic floor muscles. Let's change legs. You wouldn't understand. Not yet. And tuck. I'm making assumptions. Now you look like you're breathing. Good, and release. Okay, so from here we come into a crouch position as low as you can go. So if you can't get down this low, that's okay. Lift your bum up to the sky a little bit more. You want to find yourself hanging upside down, whichever way you do it. So chin on the chest, bum to the sky, and relax your arms underneath you. Just let them hang. Find your inner ragdoll and just hang, relax. Then you're going to scoop the tummy back, slowly unroll until you're standing up at the top. And if you feel a little bit dizzy, just make sure you are balanced before you move again. Good, we're going to float the arms out. We're going to squeeze back and forward and squeeze back. Stay in control of this movement. Open the chest and squeeze between the shoulder blades. And again. Good. Couple more. Last one. Open it. Good. I'm going to get you to turn your palms to face the sky, and you're going to slip the elbows back behind you again, opening up the chest. Push straight out in front of you and lift as high as you can, and then down, pulling back and forward and lift and down, pulling back. It's like you're handing out a platter to someone and then you're lifting it away so that they can't have whatever's on it, all that yummy cheese. And up, or chocolate. And last one. Good, and pull it back and relax your arms. Drop your chin down to your chest now and take your chin to the ceiling or sky. Back down again. And back up and forward. You're going to look over your right shoulder all the way around to the left. You're going to go back to the right, and then you're going to do 3 gentle head nods. Nodding down 1 and 2 and 3, and then you're going to come all the way around to the other side, and again 3 gentle head nods and 2 and 3. Back to the center, let the ear drop towards the shoulder, over to the other side, and back to the center. Now take a breath in. I can feel sprinkles of rain. Breathe in, lift your shoulders as high as you can. Breathe out, take it down all the way, all the way. Then the elbows go back. We open that chest gently and we release. Once more, breathe in and out. Breathe in, shoulders up and down, elbows back, and release. So well done to you lot. Well done to you lot. Good job. Make sure you let me know if you've got any choices on focus classes that you would like. I will be doing a power bar one soon, just like a 15-minute power bar class for those that have a bar and want to use one. Have a great week, and you guys, well done. Good job.